Okay, guys, welcome to today's next level session. Just a recap from yesterday, we did do our how to run lead generating Facebook ads session. That replay is available in the next level members area under the webinar replays. So you can find that there. And as a reminder, there are hundreds of hours of stuff in there that'll help you get the most out of using KV Core in the webinar replays, as well as the rest of the members area. I also updated some of the tutorials in the Facebook ads section to reflect some of the more recent content we've been creating. I don't have much for today, so we can just hop into Q&A in a minute. I just wanted to share just a continuation on our homeowner survey thing, kind of where I landed with that. Generated nine responses. Everybody's saying that they are not selling, so that's going to happen. Most people think that prices will go higher in the next year out of this survey. A couple said they did, and two said, yeah, you can send me a detailed report about the value of my house. And of course, we collected an email address for each one. So what I might do, and I didn't automatically zap these in, but I feel pretty okay about these results. They could have been better. We did spend $150 to learn what we learned here. And that's part of the game, is learning. So if I divide 150 by 9, what's that gonna be, like 12 bucks or so? 150 by 9. Sorry, 16 bucks or so per lead. And then those two, if you divide by 2, then I paid 75 each to get somebody to say, yes, I want the report. But because we do have the email address, I'm kind of tempted. And I think what I'll do is I will just put them in the system and send them some kind of updates, or I could even just send them a value report anyway. Right? There's not much they could do to stop me from sending them an email with a report on the value of their house, and or to start setting alerts about stuff that gets listed nearby. So just interesting stuff here. This is probably the closest thing to generating a homeowner, direct seller homeowner type interest that I've come up with in a while. That isn't find the value of your house, which generates a lot of kind of thin data. You don't know that the person actually owns the house. You don't know what their intent is, but they're telling us here how long they've owned it. If they're thinking about selling or not. Usually I would expect more to say they're definitely thinking of selling, but I think, because I've done this in the past, something like this question, but I think what we're seeing, guys, is people know they don't have anywhere to go. So think about it. I mean, where are you going to move to, right? In your own house. You can't really trade unless you're moving out of your market somewhere else. So I think this is just kind of a sign of the times, the data we're getting here. But I do like that this was able to generate results. And this is something I'm definitely going to keep working on for sure, and refining over time. So I just want to share that. The other thing I'll mention is that the process of doing this, just a reminder that if you have access to Dash CMA, which is a marketplace add-on, or if you have Core Present, which a lot of people do, a lot of brokers are including that now with your KV Core accounts. I can come in here. I just started doing this before the session, and I can add some comps in. I'm just going to do this quickly and not like I really would for this property, but you can add some comps in and make a really nice report that you can then email out to the person who responded to this type of survey, when they say they want the home value report. So just a reminder, if you don't have Core Present, ask your broker to get it added, or you can purchase Dash CMA from the marketplace if you want to. So again, here, doing this quickly, average of comps. I can add my comps. There's just lots of functionality here in Dash CMA that you can check out. Get rid of that. Okay, so let's go to Q&A. Like I said, I didn't have too much. Does anybody have anything specific related to KV Core that you want to see covered or talked about today? Otherwise, I can keep going a little bit with this report, but just know that you can build these reports with Dash CMA, add all kinds of data features. I haven't used this in a while. And then one of the really cool things about Core Present in particular, and I think Dash CMA may do it, is you can send the report and you can see analytics on who is actually opening the reports. So that's really cool right there. Patricia, we didn't do downsizing yesterday, but that's a good topic for today that I can dig into. We just did a general Facebook ad walkthrough, how to build a lead generating Facebook ad from start to front. I think that was really just to get the content updated in the members area here to reflect the way that the Facebook thing looks now. Okay, so let's talk about downsizing, and then we'll get to Roger's question about SEO. So Uh, if you are going to run an ad for downsizing or make an offer, I think it probably all starts with downsizing friendly homes, right? Or first floor living space. There's a few kinds of people, a few kind of demographics that might be downsizing. Probably most likely people who are getting a little older or empty nesters going into their senior years, I guess. So the first thing you're going to want to do probably is to try to create a list of homes that are either one floor or have first floor living. So yeah, townhouses or condos with one floor. So if I go to the lead engine here and I go to build squeeze page, this has been wild. Is this just me? All right, I'll go to the lead engine page first. It never used to do that. Maybe it's me. It's my computer, but it just disappears on the fly out when I go over here. It must have been me. And then let's look for style. I don't know if it's in style. Single family. I was looking to see if there's a first floor main. Might be stories. And if I have trouble building it here, one story comes up as an option. I want to see if that works. So, it might vary by IDX or by MLS. So I'll just do my county. I just want to see if anything comes up there, if the data is good. So that's kind of the first step. We need to find a list of homes that demographic might be interested in. Good. Yeah, that actually did work in my case. It did pull this one for 2000. It might have pulled a rental, but I'm not going to worry so much about that. And then from there, the ad that I write, no matter where I write it, let's just do it as a social post today, since we did the whole Facebook ad thing yesterday. But let's just do this as a social post of the day, a property list of the day. So I'll just go to Facebook. I don't know if posting a property of the day to Google My Business is an option. I haven't dug in there in a while, but if you can link articles, blog posts and articles, then probably you'll just want to change it out frequently, but possibly. All right, so let's go here. Property list of the day. Downsizer friendly homes with one-story living in Pinellas County, Florida. Yeah, the other way Dennis is saying is, can you select 50 plus communities? Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of us can. So you could do 55, homes in 55 plus communities as well. So this would be a post that you do, or this could easily have been an ad. You could also do, yeah, homes in 55 plus communities. And I think most of us can do that search. Adult 55 plus, and actually you can kind of combine them right there. So that's where I would go with that, Patricia. And then I would, and anytime I've run a Facebook lead ad for this, it's worked pretty well. For the picture of your ad, I remember not too long ago searching for an image for this, but you go to images and you do senior couple in front of house, something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of those out there, right? So if I want to make sure I pick something with usage rights, let's see if I can find one with a Creative Commons license. Let's get the one in bed is kind of fun. All right, let's see, can I find one sitting outside a house? I'm not getting very lucky with that. All right, I'm going to go with non-Creative Commons. Now, you guys, if you are worried, you can always get images from a paid service if you want. But for the sake of this webinar, this example, see, this one has 2 stories, so that probably isn't good. Look at all these downsizers living in 2 stories. So that one's licensable. Here, let's grab this one right here. Oop. Oh, it's a WebP file. So I'm just going to grab it. You guys don't need to watch me do this. I don't know why. But yeah, but the point is that, just grab an image like this. It's representative of what you're doing. And Dennis saying, yeah, first floor master suite, guest bedrooms on the second floor, things like that. Are totally doable. But this is the road I would go down. And then, of course, your property alerts when somebody opts in, just send them more of the same type of properties. And you can also, of course, every week just send the 55 plus community or the 1-story home of the week and just write a little article or blurb about property of the week. And you can build a whole system that way, following our format. The other way we could do this, guys, and I haven't talked much about this. Now you could do PM me and I'll send the list now. I've never tried that. I don't know why that just popped in my head. But what if you don't give them the list and you have them reach out? I'll try it. So you see, make people direct message you for it. And you can create messenger ads in Facebook. I just haven't played with those a lot lately, where they would send a message to your page directly to get the list. So maybe that sometime soon we'll do that as a test, as an experiment. So yeah, Patricia, that's the road I would go down though. Offer 1-story living homes with an ad. And then new home communities, yes, we've done a lot about new construction, Roger. You could definitely do new construction as a niche for sure. Getting to your question about the SEO. Oh, your SEO in Google My Business. I don't know. I'm weak on Google My Business. I have to create a profile, I guess, or take a course myself to learn on it. It's just not something I've used in a long time. Maybe I can get one of my friends on who I know is using this actively to do a webinar about this with us. But yeah, basically Google My Business, you can create a free profile, and if somebody's searching for a real estate agent in the area, they'll show up, your listing would show up. Now, to get better SEO on this, I'll just use what I know of general SEO. And I'd say the more, of course, content that you can add that is related to the keywords you're going for. So if you're Tampa, Florida real estate agent, you can kind of merge that keyword into your content here and there. That's great. I would also try to link to YouTube when possible from your posts. So if they allow you to link to, a YouTube video, all right, let's just do it. Then maybe do that. I'm just gonna, my business category is real estate. There we go. I'm not going to let this live. This isn't actually my office address. I don't know it off the top of my head. No. Yeah, let's just take a look at this since we have time. Oh, well, that was silly. Why did I do that? I got click happy there. It said I didn't have a website right after I typed it in. So okay, I'm being verified by Google. You select the services. So I would definitely, in terms of SEO, make your profile as rich as possible. So, check these things off. It's pretty good. They know you're in real estate and they have those. Just going to skip for now. Let customers message your business. Sure. You can see a history of who calls you. And then this, like business description, real estate agent in Pinellas County, Florida, specializing working with investors in St. Pete, Gulfport. On. Or let's see if we get rid of this. For a complete current list of current lists of real estate deals in Pinellas County, go to 727realestatedeals.com. Now, so what I'm doing there is I'm taking them to a landing page that read a KV Core landing page. So if they happen to click that, you'll notice I didn't put the HTTP in. I have a hunch they may not allow it, but let's try it. Invalid value. I assume maybe they wouldn't, but it's okay. I can still just type it in like that. Well, maybe that's not why. Let's separate the dot and the com, see if it works. Okay. Did you guys see that hack that I just did there? So you can get the URL in, but I separated the .com. Then you're going to add as many photos as you can, of course. So don't mess around. You know, don't be lazy, I guess, and add as many photos as you can about your business. And then they're going to let you advertise your profile with Google Ads pretty easily. So just be careful. You know, whatever wizard Google walks you through might not be the ideal ad, but it's worth a shot. And you can walk through their wizard and let them create you an account, all this other stuff. So cool. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Roger. I just figured I'd walk through that. So that's how easy it is, guys, to create a Google business listing profile. In terms of other SEO tactics there, so optimize the profile as much as possible. If they'll let you eventually attach a YouTube video, do that. But if you can't, try to get links to the profile from your other assets. Okay, so links are good. So if link to it from your KV Core website, you know, maybe put it in your profile, make a blog post about it, like, hey, go check out my Google business. Make a, when you do your YouTube videos about properties and stuff, in the description of your YouTube videos, try to always link to the profile of your Google My Business, so you get some inbound links from Google. Maybe do a post about your profile on Facebook, and that'll help kind of juice the posting so you get a little more SEO action going. We should do a session all about SEO. There's a lot to it, but I do like the idea of using Google-owned properties like YouTube and Google My Business to game SEO instead of trying to get your KV Core website to rank. Because remember, a lot of us have lost that game to the big boys like Zillow and Realtor.com, but we can probably more easily rank profiles that we have on these bigger tech companies' sites because they own the whole thing. You know what I mean? They want to send traffic to their thing. Okay, Brian's asking, does Facebook not allow age groups targeting? Correct. If you're in real estate, you cannot target by age. But that said, it does a pretty good job, the algorithm, of finding the right people. So they took that away about 2 years ago now. So the Google My, I don't know if you can post a property of the day now that I just went through that wizard to your Google My Business. So yeah, I'll try to get a guest who's really optimized this. I think Andrew Robinson may have done well with that out there in Columbus, Ohio. Maybe I'll ask him if he wants to come on. So Brian, if that question is about the age targeting, Patricia's saying maybe you're worried about the 55 plus, and you want to only target 55 plus. That's a really good point. The only thing, you know, and we were all worried about this when Facebook changed the rules. Generally, all the rule changes mean is that you need to be more intentional about the content of your ad, calling out the type, who you want to respond to the ad. So you use your ad copy to find your prospect. So it's a really grainy, weird image, but you know, I'd use a good image with an older couple, you know, downsizer friendly, 55 plus, and that's how you'll get the right people responding that you're trying to reach. So if you do want to do downsizing, guys, watch yesterday's webinar and run an ad that kind of looks like this, following my template. You know, you put the price range and all that stuff in there with a better image, and you will generate people who are thinking about downsizing. So David's asking to review the layout and widgets, where to go for website editing. So sure. So inside of KV Core, you go to Web and IDX right here. Go to Web Manager. And then right up here, we have this widgets option. And these control the stuff that's on the home page, some of it. So go to my site here. So this stuff that's kind of in the middle can be added and controlled from here. And then the second option you have is the site editor. And then the way to find that is you go to Website Manager and you click on Go to Site Editor. And this will give you kind of a WYSIWYG way to play with what's in this box here. But you need to be able to use the code. I mean, I don't think you need to, but you see the little code view here. You might find that you'll want to be able to use that to control what's in here. Just a word of warning, guys. I see everybody likes to spend a lot of time and money making the homepage look cool. If you're doing it right, very few people are going to your homepage. It might sound like a weird thing to say, but if you're generating leads with your site, then most of that traffic should be going to specific links of properties or to blog posts or to custom pages you're building. And if you're following up with people correctly, following our methodology where, in the growth systems where you're sending them up for property alerts and you're sending people links to cool stuff, your homepage traffic isn't going to be that big. And even the people who land here aren't going to spend a lot of time scrolling down. So I guess I say that to save a little time and frustration with that whole question. And you see what I did here? I just put a YouTube video in the background. I kind of just used somebody else's video and made it look kind of cool and exciting. It's just like a tour of my area. And really what your homepage needs to do is it needs to be there. So if somebody wants to make sure you're legit, maybe they're getting emails from you, like, oh, let me check this guy out, that they could just kind of go and they're like, oh, this looks like a legit site. Okay, fine. But what's really going to make you look legit is the content that you send in the follow-up. So David, the search bar to look like mine right here, it should look like that. Drop a link to your site if you want, and I can maybe point you in the right direction. Maybe I'm using a different template. But the search box should always look like that. I think there's an older template that maybe some people might have that might have it look a little different, or maybe your company is using something else. But there's not really any explicit settings around the search bar itself. Now, if you're saying you want to make the background look different, let's take a look at your site. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. All right. So your question, did you have this custom designed by our team, or is this something that your company had done? I have a feeling maybe your company did this. So this is kind of controlled by your company. I'm not quite sure how you would get the search box changed, because when they launched KV Core, they kind of had it done custom. For all their agents. So yeah, sorry, David, I'm not sure. If you ask our support team, they may be more familiar with than I am with that. But again, just a lot of the traffic's going to go here. Oh, all the agents in your office want to fix it. Then I would talk to whoever controls the site, the admin, and just mention that, hey, we would all actually like it more if we just had the default KV Core search box in the site, and see if they're able to accommodate that. It should be something that we can do for them. At some point when the site was launched, somebody made the decision to do this. So yeah, but I don't think there's any settings available to you. Sorry, I wish I could help more. So Bernice is asking to go over the smart number. Your database is getting texts, but yeah, it's a different number from your cell. And I think it's spam come from a different number. Unfortunately, the text can't come from your number. It comes from the smart number. And that's because in order for the system to track everything, that's how it works. So anything that the system does, that's the number that it happens on. And really, it's not only the tracking, it's kind of the functionality to begin with. So, our call and text capture, for example, we can't assign these smart call capture codes to your cell number. It needs to be the smart number that we create. Oh, I'm really fumbling on that one. So yeah, only thing I could say is maybe let them know that it's you. I would take that feedback. I mean, it would be cool if the caller ID could be adjusted so that it came up with your contact info. That might be kind of a fix. Yeah. Um, another follow-up question from Bernice. Can we have birthday campaigns be only email? Should be able to. So if you go to marketing here, I think if you're talking about this feature where it says birthdays and anniversaries. Oh yeah, I thought you could choose either or, but it looks like it's both. I want to see if I can hack around this. Nope. Yeah, this is what you're talking about, Bernice. Like you want to delete one of them, right? So that the birthday's not coming from the wrong number. Huh. I would have assumed that there would be a way to do this. Now, to specifically fix your issue, what if your text had your signature in it? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, why would it be both? That is a very good point, and I will mention that to the team. It should be an either or because you don't need to send both, and both feels kind of weird. Thanks for bringing that up. I never occurred to me. I was trying to see if I could kind of delete the template and it would make the system not send anything, but it kind of requires it there. So I can require it here. So there should be a setting here that says send birthday or send email or send text. I mean, you can kind of control things, but yeah, the status thing won't help so much. Okay. Oh, I was gonna try to set this to like 1 million days. Right? How many days after as like a hack, but that's not gonna work. That would have been a hack that fixed it right away. All right, Bernice, thank you for bringing that up. I'll just ask the team if that can be an either or. Yeah, that would be cool though. Just put it to 1 million days later. David's asking, how does he add more areas to the bottom of his site that is serviced? So let's go to the site again. And what he's referring to is this stuff down here. This areas we cover. So the way to do that is to go into Web and IDX. And then we go to site content. So Web and IDX and site content, and then service areas and SEO. And here's where you can add specific areas or zip codes or cities. So just add them like that, and then they'll get added to this list. And just a little bonus there, each page that's created for those, you can put custom HTML up top. So an example is on my site, I do areas / Gulfport. And you can put a video embed. I did notice today, guys, following up on last week's webinar, remember we talked about this video ask pop-up here. For some reason, it pops up in the embed too. It's kind of annoying. You see that? The script thinks that this embed is the website and the script is being obeyed with that. So I have to ask the team to stop that from happening. It's kind of weird. Or maybe it'll just get me more clicks. I don't know. But David, that's how you do it. You go to the service areas and SEO, and you can add that stuff in there. And we talk a lot about these pages. They come up pretty frequently, but these are really cool to send. You know, once a week, you go, hey, here's the featured neighborhood. Here's some, or you send, here's some updated stats on Gulfport. And you just send them to this page, and it always is dynamic. It has all the latest stuff. It's kind of a cool page to send to people. Patricia says, does having video on the homepage slow the website down? Slightly. It's loading YouTube in the background. And on mobile, it's not going to kill it. It's not going to kill you the other pages. It would just apply to this page. And I thought on mobile that it doesn't play. So if it detects that you're on a mobile browser, I don't think it plays for that reason, just to kind of stop it from being intrusive. I'm kind of typing on my phone to see if that's true. Okay, next question. I'm not able to type this fast enough. Let me see. Yeah, on the home page, it just shows the preview image of the video, or another, maybe it's other images. Okay, lots of questions today. It's great. Today, guys, great. Could you show that 55 again, plus again? Just the ad. I mean, the post that I did. It's just something like this. Property listed today, downsizer friendly homes with one-story living in Pinellas County, Florida. And I was messing around and said, PM me, and I'll send the list now. Or you would, of course, usually we would just link to it. But I was trying to get a little fancy there. Roger is saying that for text codes, he noticed that there are more phone number options than are listed in his profile. You should be able to, if they're available to you, you should be able to use those. And that's just your company has multiple numbers. Usually that's because they may have migrated from conversion back in the day. That's usually when I see that. I don't know if that's why, but you should be safe to use either number. And I actually have that same situation with me. We migrated from conversion a couple of years ago. So you see, either one should be fine. And then that code that you assign to that number all those leads will go to you, of course. Yep. Okay. Good questions, guys. Patricia, I don't have a site that has multiple RSS feeds. Keep forgetting about doing a dedicated webinar for that. I realize that now. So good RSS feeds, anything mortgage related, I have to do some research, but let's see, real estate RSS feeds. So these are kind of related to us. So the bigger pockets feed might be cool because it's about, that site is generally about real estate investing. So that might be a good thing to do a page about. The New York Times. So you could do like national real estate news or CNBC. That would probably be a good feed. And just for reference, for anybody who's wondering, what we're referring to is the ability to embed feed content into a custom page in KV Core. So I'll do that really quick with one of these just to show everybody. And that's the feed I'm looking at right now. That's the list. So if I copy this RSS link, what do I want to copy? There we go. I'll just copy it here. Okay. And I go into custom pages, site content, custom pages, add new page. And we'll call this page real estate news. Maybe I'll call it like national instead of not, I'm local. And then down here in your custom page, you have this option to do an RSS. And hit save. I thought it might do that. It wants it wants a category up top here. So save. And then let's refresh the website. And then it'll come under this stuff you might like section, national real estate news. And there we go. We have a page there that has all that stuff. Now we've seen better feeds that have images in them. They pop a little more, but this is a clean, kind of a clean thing, right? It's kind of cool. And then it's dynamically updating with the latest post to that feed. What is interesting about this from an SEO perspective is that as Google's bots crawl your site, they are seeing dynamic, frequently updating content. And back in 2007 and 8, when I was trying to game the Philadelphia real estate keyword, got ranked for Philadelphia real estate. One of the ways I did that was a lot of this stuff. It was like leveraging feeds from IDX and leveraging feeds from third-party sites. I had this thing that was like latest tweets about real estate. It was pulling in Twitter. So there is some to that, but I don't want anybody listening to really go too far down that rabbit hole because it's not 2007 or 8 anymore. You know, it doesn't. Again, the SEO game has been won by some of the bigger parties out there, but it is interesting stuff, and it does give your site some new, fresh content. And the other cool thing it could do for you is give you things to share. So having this link on my site, I could come and look at this once or twice a week, and then I would have a cool thing to share in social media, right? So, oh, cool. Here's a cool article from CNBC, and I would go post this to Facebook or LinkedIn, right? Just to remind people I'm in real estate. It's nice. So what is the QR code I passed over? Oh, I didn't see this. Oh, it says download our app. This is just something that I guess the team put in there, I guess. I don't remember ever noticing that. Maybe it's new. It probably downloads millions mapped. I know we are working. I don't know how widely it's been launched, but we are working on a new, it's in beta, kind of a home ownership app that everybody's going to eventually be able to get access to. But I don't think this is that quite yet. I'm going to scan it. QR scanner. Yeah, this should just be millions mapped. That's what it is. There's no way to put that there. The team puts there. I've asked 1,000 times for the ability to add our own custom widgets in the sidebar and below every post on the site, but it always falls on deaf ears. But that would be nice if we could put like a box of content down to the bottom here and over to the right. But as of right now, that stuff is uneditable. Wow, this sold fast. This is an awesome listing. All right. Okay. So yeah, that link for RSS feed page content would be probably a good one. Top 100. Okay, guys, thanks for all the questions about this area served. Yeah, review the details of entering the information one more time. Sure. So for the custom pages, you're going to Web and IDX, and then site content, and then service areas and SEO. And then up top here is where you can add. So you type the area. Oh, I see your question. The keywords in the page text. Okay, for sure. Okay. So the keywords, this is just for Google, more or less, so they know what the page is about. So Gulfport, Florida, homes, condos, stats, real estate. So something like that. Again, not going to be huge for SEO, but yeah, it's a cool thing to add. And then this column, this is content that goes up at the top of what's there by default. So in the example here, my Gulfport page, let me get my cool annotation, my drawing here. All of this stuff up at the top was added by me. And the way I added that's all this gobbledygook right here. You could just put regular text in there, whatever you want. I like the idea of having a video that you introduce the neighborhood, and what I do in my videos, I tell them that if they want to find the value of their house and get a free report, they can put their info in the box below. And if you leave it blank, then it's no sweat. It'll just look like this. It won't have any of this stuff. But yeah, I think these make a really cool area page. If you're working a farm and you want to frequently email everybody in that farm the latest updates, or you want to use postcards or something to say, hey, here's your monthly South Pasadena real estate update, scan the QR code, to see it now. They'd come to this page, but why not have a video of you up top that you embed from YouTube that just says, hey, yeah, the market's been hot, feels like prices are still going up, absorption rate is XYZ. You can get a little fancy, show your expertise. The coolest listing right now for my money, the best value is this property. And these pages, you're able to do that. But the keywords I wouldn't stress so much about. Just put a couple of terms in there that are related to the area, like Dunedin real estate, Dunedin homes for sale. Yeah. Okay, guys. I think we can call it, wrap it up for today. Thanks for the Q&A. Of course, you can always go into the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/conversion. Just go to insiderealestate.com/Facebook group. And if there's ever anything strategic related to KV Core, just basic functionality questions, feel free to ask them in here. Myself and others will answer. And then if you're a next level member, the replays of these sessions can be found in that members area, and you're welcome to ask questions in there as well. And we've got a lot of other fun content in there. Anthony, good question. He's saying, if you import a list by zip code, can you automatically set them up on a market report for that zip? I don't think the automatic works yet, so you would have to manually do it for each one. I'm sorry. What you could do, and I feel like this is almost just as good, is set them up for property alerts once a week. So when the hashtag gets added on your import, you can trigger property alerts by creating a rule. So under marketing, search alerts, this would basically send them alerts of anything that gets listed. You create the alert, make sure there's a hashtag attached. So that would help. The other way you could do it, a workaround there, is to create a smart campaign that has the same email go out once a week. Okay, I'm getting a little in the weeds here with this, but let's just say you said Gulfport, Florida, weekly market update. And it just says, hi, click here to see the latest listings and stats for Gulfport real estate. And then my click here, that's going to be this page, right? This areas page. So like that. Of course, you make the email a little longer. My template is called Gulfport Weekly. And then what I can do is I can build a campaign that just sends that email every week. So I'm just going to use an existing campaign. I don't want to make you guys watch me create a new campaign from scratch, but I could just basically add the same email on day 7, right? Because you just pick the template here, Gulfport Weekly, and then I would do 7 days. And then I would do the same thing and send the same email on day 14, day 21. So you build that out real quick, and then everybody you import, you put on that campaign. Cool, no problem, Anthony. It's just best hack I can think of for that problem. And then Celeste, next level is $19 a month, and it's a 7-day totally free trial available from the coaching section of the KV4 Marketplace. And it's got these replays, and it's got other additional tutorials, templates, things of that nature. And you can cancel anytime. Obviously, I don't sell it super hard, but it's there. Okay, guys, we'll be back Tuesday at 2 p.m. East. Again, feel free to use the Facebook group or next level chat rooms. Celeste is saying her head is exploding with all this info. What I would recommend, guys, these sessions jump all over the place. I understand that. And the last thing I want to do is make your heads explode. That's not fun. If you do start with next level, check out the growth system. section. And what this does is it kind of ties it all together into a process you can follow to build money generating systems with KV Core. So all the stuff I jump around in, this kind of gets to the meat of something that will generate you a result. So, all right, thanks guys. We'll see you again on Tuesday. Have a good one.